Yes.
So, sir, media content regulation, in my view, is very important nowadays, because we are seeing that there are loads and loads of information on internet, and internet also comes under the purview of media nowadays. So I believe that that information, which can be a personal asset of someone, and which he or she may not be willing to share willingly in the public domain, is nowadays easily accessible. Other than that, media regulation also kind of covers the traditional media sources, including the print media, the television media. Uh, until now, I believe, sir, the practice which was followed, which is self-regulation in media sector, it was very good in my view, because media, as in, if I leave that internet and all out of that, social media out of that, so media which traditionally we had was basically television and print media, and that is that falls under the ambit of journalistic ethics and all. And there are very good regulatory bodies, self-regulatory bodies in the media sector. uh, Although there are time and again questions being raised about their efficacy and their unbiasedness, but I believe that media should be free to publish or to talk about anything that they wish to, because that is how people's voice can be registered over different platforms, and government can be held accountable for their actions. The recent IT rules and digital media codes that have come are also a step in the direction of controlling the media space, because the government through these rules is trying to control the OTT platforms, as well as the internet based news media agencies and websites. So I believe the rules are good when it comes to controlling the social media, because social media is creating a lot of problems within the country these days. We are already seeing how different social media platforms who earn lots millions and millions in revenues from India are not complying with the laws of Indian state. And there are various activities related to terrorism, related to illegal things and all happening over there, and it becomes very difficult for law enforcement agencies to control them. So I think in that area there should be regulation, but at the same time I agree with the digital news publishers and all, who have approached various courts on regarding these laws, and they have asked that government should not proceed with these, because this that will attack their freedom, and under article 19 I believe that everyone is entitled to practice whatever they want to. uh, I believe also, I think that you
Okay,
know
so
yeah.
that's enough.
Okay.
So do you know the recent draft of cinematographer bill? Cinematograph bill, I think the name of the bill is.
Yes,
So
sir.
government had released the draft and asked for suggestions. So have you read it that?
Sir, I have read that through newspapers only, so I have a very broad understanding. But I like to share that whatever I know. So, Cinematographic Act amendment, which is being proposed now, is an amendment to the original Cinematographic Act of 1952. Uh, Basically, what government tries to do is trying to do is uh, grant up. There are two things basically which I know about. So government is planning to issue licenses now for the period of lifetime. Earlier, it was only limited to a period of 10 years, licenses to films and all. Other than that, government has come up with a clause that it can now review any movie uh, after it has been certified by CBFC, Central Board of Film Certification. And basically, all the criticism is about that only, because filmmakers now feel that after the abolition of Film Appellate Tribunal, and now this, their creativity and their artistic freedom is under threat, and they are criticizing this move of the government.
Okay. So also, can you brief your interest in media, how it become your career choice?
Sir, my interest in media from stems during my class 12th and even after that. Initially, I wanted to pursue journalism and mass communication related course only uh, at any university or at the undergrad level. But somehow I felt that since most of the popular courses in the country are offered at the PG level related to this field, so I thought that going with a regular graduate course would be a better option, as that would be enhancing my thinking ability in a more diverse way. Uh, Related to about media, sir, I believe that I have a very strong interest in the field. I like to uh, analyze political happenings. I like to analyze news articles and all, and I have opinion on these things. And I always try to increase my knowledge about that. And I have a feeling that I will be a good practitioner in the field of journalism and mass communication.
So in what way, what kind of practice you'll be doing, or in what area you'll be moving, even in media?
So initially, after since the course offers a lot of diverse options when it comes to learning, uh, I believe that I'll be learning all the skills which are essential as a media practitioner. But after passing out from the course, initially I would want to get myself associated with some digital media publication or digital media outlet, because I believe that nowadays that has a lot more scope and has a more credibility as compared to television media. So I would like to practice there and enhance my knowledge. But in the longer term, sir, I would like to work in a specific field. I have decided, I've thought about that, uh, which is documentary journalism. Uh, I believe that documentary space in India hasn't been explored as it should have been compared to other countries, and I would like to practice that in the longer term, sir.
Okay. So you just talked about documentary journalism, documentary-based journalism, and you also said that this field has not been explored well in India. So what stops us, or what is the reason behind that?
So there are various factors. First of all, primarily, I believe that documentaries in India are not that much attracting in terms of audience, and they are also not very much celebrated in India. Uh, our country, which I would like to say that which enjoys uh, entertainment as sorry, which appreciates entertainment-based movies much more than the documentary-based documentaries and all. That I think discourages producers and directors and all to invest in that. Apart from that, recently I was going through a piece by filmmaker Anand Patwardhan, who is a famous documentary maker in India. He was saying that documentaries have been subjected to very much scrutiny in the past also. His one famous documentary on Babri Masjid demolition was also very much scrutinized in the past. But I believe that still, on the positive side, one who has to say something will say it in every way possible. He will somehow find a way. So I think that maybe in the future people will respect that.
Okay. So can you name few of the documentary makers of India and their famous documentary that they
Uh,
have created?
Sir, I can recall only two at the moment. First one I have already told you, Anand Patwardhan, and second one is, uh, sir, I'm forgetting the name. Uh, hmm. So she has recently directed a movie, Paglet, on Netflix, and I'm forgetting her name actually. So her documentary was on uh, menstruation, and her documentary won the Academy Award, but I'm forgetting her name, sir.
Okay, so last to last year, I think.
Yes, sir. In
So, so,
2018, sir.
so that knowledge can be called as general knowledge also. So as a future aspirant, as a future documentary maker, you should have studied more and more documentary and how they are being made or why. Okay, so let's go for other things. What about independent filmmaking? How do you see that this landscape has been evolved in recent years, and what are the future for that?
Sir, independent filmmaking genuinely has very much evolved over the past few years because of the coming up of new age platforms like YouTube and all. I believe that these platforms have promoted independent filmmaking in a very positive way. Nowadays, anyone can share their stories, can say whatever they like by creating a YouTube channel or creating a Facebook post for that matter. So I believe that this there are very genuinely very good independent movies and short films on these platforms. But at the same time, there are some which also are not that good. But that happens in every sector. I believe that to nurture the film sector in India, the independent filmmaking is very good option, and and our society should invest more in that.
So how does a society invest?
By watching that, sir, I believe that people will watch. If people will watch these content, then it will definitely promote.
So how will you make sure that people will watch this content?
So there should be. Uh, I know that they don't have budgets and all, but I believe that they could promote their movies in through different alternate mediums. Like if someone makes a movie about a college or about any social issue, then he or she can go to a college like college in a in a Delhi University campus or somewhere like that, and he could talk about his project to different students. I think students, the age group of 18 to 25 is very much accepting about these projects, and definitely there can be more methods to promote.
Okay, so can you tell me about street plays and how street plays are important component of media, like how street play helps society in many things.
So street plays are definitely very important because they talk about social issues. Personally, whatever I have seen during my college years, these plays were very good. And at the personal level also, I have learned. I was very narrow-minded, and I did not have very welcoming opinions about these. But street plays have definitely helped me in developing a comprehensive understanding about social issues, and it creates awareness at a very strong level, and definitely pushes the message through the young audience and whatever audience that is watching them. So definitely they are important, sir.
Okay, so what was that narrow-minded thought process that you had? Which,
Sir, the place where I come from, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, I didn't had a very broad understanding about social issues, to be frank, sir. Uh, uh, Issues related to women's safety, issues related to uh, politics and all. I saw it from a very unilateral point of view, and I had a very uninformed opinion about everything. So after attending these plays, basically these skits happening in and around my college, I definitely had a very much more deep understanding about these topics.
okay. So I'll ask you to compare. If I'll ask you to compare Western and Indian filmmaking styles or filmmaking, so how do you compare these two, the Bollywood movies and Hollywood movies?
Sir, I think it would not be wrong to say that our movies are basically the mainstream movies are basically made with a single purpose of entertainment, which is very important. But still, I believe that somehow the movies in terms of the movies lack in terms of diversity. Uh, Hollywood projects are more brave, uh, uh, and they experiment on different topics ranging from science fiction uh, to romantics and to different weird topics also. So I like there have been multiple interpretations of a single book and a single novel also. So I think they repetition also does not stop them from saying what they have to say, the filmmakers have to say. Whereas in Indian cinema, I believe that this landscape has been changing in the last few years with some brilliant movies like Bhosle, uh, uh, like uh, uh, like In the Shadows and all these movies coming up, Aligarh and all. These movies talk about these movies that belong to parallel cinema are now being mainstream, and getting inspiration from that. Directors have tried experimenting, and they have also kind of uh, have had the courage to produce movies like Article 15 and all, which talk about social issues in the mainstream cinema. So I think globalization and westernization has impacted our thinking and our creative process as well.
So when you talk about Article 15 or similar movies, so now there's a trend to make a art movie which are in commercial format.
Yes, sir.
So basically, earlier we never had a filmmaker which um, the filmmaker who basically built a movie or made a movie which was related to social issues and kept it also mainstream for all the people, and by putting some other aspects of life also. So with this recent change, do you think that the originality of art movie is dying, where we used to see very new realistic situations rather than customizing it for larger population or larger audience?
Uh, Sir, personally, I believe that movies not any movies are not anything without the its audience. Art movies, I believe, had a very specific audience in the past, and the mainstream, the most of the population of the country didn't have access to them. Now, with the advent of OTT platforms and all, of course, there has been a rise in the entertainment quotient of these movies. But I think that is okay until the message is getting delivered and people are talking about social issues through these movies. uh, but definitely a person who loved the original art movies would miss that Bollywoodization of these projects.
Okay. So can you name a few recent movie which you liked most?
Sir, uh,
Indian movies made in Bollywood.
sir, I'll have to think about that.
Okay, think.
Sir, I recently watched Vishal Bharadwaj Pataka. I like that one very much because it was a very different plot. Uh, Other than that, sir, sir, I cannot recollect at the moment. But
So not recent. If I'll ask, name few movies which you liked most or which you liked in Bollywood.
sir, basically, uh, I liked Article 15 and some of the recent projects of Anubhav Sinha, the director of Article 15, which included Mulk, Thappad, and Article 15 itself. Other than that, there was Aligarh, there was Newton, uh, and yeah, sir, Three Idiots is my all-time favorite. Uh, and yeah, movies of Rajkumar Hirani, sir, my all-time favorite, sir.
So okay, if I'll ask you to review Article 15 in in 2 minutes, how would you review?
Okay, sir. So Article 15 was a new kind of project being tried out in a commercial Bollywood cinema. Uh, the the issues against women's safety and all, which regularly happen, and I can personally say that it is very disturbing to see these actions happening in my state only. They still happen, but Article 15 kind of showed the courage to talk about that on a national level. These movies are not very much appreciated by but I was happy to see that Article 15 was an exception where it it
Okay,
collected
thank you.
over.
Thank you,
Okay,
Astos. तो पहले तो मैं बता दूं कहाँ कहाँ पे क्या प्रॉब्लम है.
yes sir.
तो स्टार्ट विथ, तुमने तो अपना सब्जेक्ट ऐसे क्यों पिच करते हो कि since you never had any scope for joining some media related course in graduation, so you did English honors. So मतलब कि तुम मना कर रहे हो कि मेरे से इंग्लिश मत पूछो, ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो?
Okay sir.
और अगेन यू टोल्ड मी कि यू वांट टू गो फॉर डिजिटल मीडिया कंपनीज बिकॉज देयर आर, मतलब वहाँ स्कोप बहुत है. ऐसा रीजन से हम कोई चीज नहीं सेलेक्ट करते हैं. मतलब व्हाई डू यू लाइक दैट शुड हैव अ सर्टेन रीजन, है ना. यू डोंट लाइक अ पर्टिकुलर फील्ड और एरिया वेयर स्कोप इज वेरी हाई. और जब तुम बोलते हो हम डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म मेकिंग या डॉक्यूमेंट्री जर्नलिज्म में जाना चाहते हैं, देन दिस अगेन शुड हैव अ सॉलिड रीजन इन दैट. मतलब विदाउट सेइंग अ रीजन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ फैंसी वर्ड, है ना. तो वो भी, और उसके बाद तुम्हें डॉक्यूमेंट्री पता भी नहीं है कि कौन कौन लोग बनाते हैं.
सर मैं भूल गया सर.
भूल कैसे गया? तुम्हें दो ही याद था, एक का नाम भी नहीं याद था. हम्म.
सर वो याद नहीं आया सर नाम.
उसके बाद जो तुमसे मैंने पूछा कि वाई आर्ट मूवी और मतलब जो पैरेलल मूवीज है, नहीं डॉक्यूमेंट्री, ये जर्नलिस्ट डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज जो है, व्हाई दे आर नॉट बीइंग, मतलब नॉट फेमस एंड नॉट बीइंग मेड इन अ मतलब गुड अमाउंट ऑफ इंडिया. तो तुमने उसको उसको बोला कि नहीं, व्हाई दे आर नॉट वेरी फेमस इन इंडिया, दैट तुमने बोला. तो उसको यू जस्ट गिव मी द रिप्लाई व्हिच वाज क्वेश्चन ओनली, कि उसके ऑडियंस नहीं है, वो सेलिब्रेटेड नहीं है. So I am asking why they are not famous. You are telling the same thing in other words. कि वो celebrated नहीं है, मतलब that's a proof of why they are not famous. Not being appreciated much, that's again a proof of they are not famous. तो जब हम रीजन बताते हैं तो आपको ये बताना चाहिए ना कि जो इंडियन पॉपुलेशन है उनका कंजम्पशन पैटर्न जो है वो ट्रेंड हो चुका है विथ म्यूजिक, विथ सॉन्ग्स, विथ डांस. या फिर ऐसा तुम बता सकते हो कि वी स्टिल डोंट हैव जैसे लिटरेचर रीडिंग का या फिर लिटरेचर का कल्चर नहीं है हमारे यहाँ. या फिर आप ऐसे बता सकते हो कि फिल्म इन इटसेल्फ, वी नेवर स्टडी फिल्म और वॉच फिल्म टू लर्न समथिंग. मतलब इंडिया में मूवीज वर ऑलवेज द मीडियम ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट.
yes sir.
मतलब
Yes.
बहुत बाद में आया कि जब हम कभी सुनते थे कि कभी हम ऐसा नहीं सुनते थे कि किसी पिक्चर सॉरी यूनिवर्सिटी में या फिर किसी कॉलेज में मूवी दिखाया जा रहा
हाँ
है
सर.
ना. तो अब सारे कॉलेजेस में, स्कूल्स में मूवी दिखाई जाती है
हम्म.
ना, फॉर लर्निंग पर्पसेस, और लोग उस तरह से बनाते. तो अब ये पहले की बात थी कि पहले ऐसा नहीं होता था. तो मैं
yes.
ये सब रीजन देना था, मतलब उसी वर्ड्स को दोबारा बताने की, मतलब सेम सेम क्वेश्चन को तुम वर्ड्स पे डाल दिए. तो रीजन मतलब रीजन, ठीक है. और लास्टली व्हेन आई आस्क्ड यू अबाउट आर्टिकल 15 का रिव्यू 2 मिनट में, तो यू वर जस्ट टेलिंग व्हाई दैट मूवी वाज गुड. नॉट गुड मतलब जस्ट दे they had the audacity to raise a issue like caste and caste related biasness, and you liked the movie very well, है ना. ऐसा नहीं है. रिव्यू, जब एक मूवी रिव्यू हम मीडिया पर्सन की तरफ से बोलते हैं तो यू टॉक अबाउट स्टोरी टेलिंग, एडिटिंग,
okay sir.
जो
हाँ.
ना फिल्म मेकिंग के पर्सपेक्टिव से भी तुम्हें रिव्यू करना था,
right sir.
है ना. तो यू जस्ट ऐसा तो हम अच्छा बुरा तो हम किसी से भी पूछ सकते थे.
yes sir.
तो यू नो बात, व्हेन यू आर अ मीडिया पर्सन तो तुम उस तरह से. और फिर जब मैंने तुमसे वो भी पूछा कि बॉलीवुड और हॉलीवुड को कंपेयर करो, दैट अगेन शुड हैव बीन इन
हाँ
दीस
सर. हाँ.
टर्म्स,
हाँ
है
सर.
ना. तो उसको उसको उस तरीके से करना चाहिए था. और एक कोई और क्वेश्चन था. तो जहाँ जहाँ पे हम कुछ तुम्हें सोचने के लिए बोल रहे हैं, वहाँ वहाँ कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो जा रही है तुम्हें. यू आर नॉट थिंकिंग इन योर स्ट्रीम माइंडसेट,
okay sir.
ठीक है. तो थोड़ा वो फिल्म मेकिंग पर्सपेक्टिव से सोचो ना, मतलब चीजों को.
okay sir.
और टॉक अबाउट कि जैसे फिल्म मेकिंग पर्सपेक्टिव क्या होता है, कि जैसे इवन डॉक्यूमेंट्री मेकिंग या फिल्म मेकिंग, किताब पढ़े हो कि नहीं कभी तुम कोई फिल्म मेकिंग से रिलेटेड?
सर पढ़ी है सर. इन फोकस पढ़ी है सत्यजीत रे की.
इन फोकस क्या है?
सर डीप फोकस, सर डीप फोकस सत्यजीत रे की.
अच्छा, वो फिल्म मेकिंग बताते
फिल्म
हैं
मेकिंग
कि
की.
वो अपना
सर उन्होंने,
एक्सपीरियंस?
हाँ सर अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताया, मतलब कैसे उन्होंने ये मूवीज बनाना स्टार्ट किया.
अच्छा,
हाँ.
तो उनका अपना है ना. मतलब हैव यू एवर रेड डॉक्यूमेंट्री मेकिंग
सर
या फिर
इंटरनेट से ही पढ़ा है।
सिनेमेटोग्राफी
हाँ
या फिर स्क्रीन प्ले
सर
है।
उसमें है चैप्टर्स थे सर उसमें इस सब के बारे
उसमें तो थे, तो बहुत पुरानी है ना, रिसेंट कोई पढ़ो उसको समझो।
में। ओके सर।
वो मूवीज के वो देखो, जैसे फिल्म मेकर्स रिव्यू देखो किसी मूवी के,
हम्म।
नॉट इन टर्म ऑफ कितना अच्छा था या बुरा था।
हाँ सर, ऑब्जेक्टिव देखे हैं।
और हाँ, ऑब्जेक्टिव तुम्हारा होना चाहिए फिल्म मेकिंग स्टाइल में, ठीक है। अदरवाइज बाकी तो ठीक है। नंबर तो मैं पहले ज्यादा दिया, फिर कम कम कर दिया सर मैं।
ठीक है
तो
सर।
लगातार थोड़ा थोड़ा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट होता रहा। तो पहले तो मैंने, क्योंकि इनिशियल क्वेश्चंस वर मोर बेस्ड ऑन जीके, है ना,
हम्म।
तो वहाँ तो तुम अच्छा रिप्लाई कर रहे थे। तो फिर जहाँ कंटेंट में मैंने 16 दिया, फिर उसको कम करके 13 किया। तो इस हिसाब से यू विल बी गेटिंग 65 to 75। ऑल्दो ओवरऑल इंटरव्यू तुम्हारा अच्छा लगा था, बट मार्क्स इज लो जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दीज थिंग्स दैट यू डिडंट डू, है ना। तुमने ज्यादा डिटेल में कुछ बताया ही नहीं, मतलब
हाँ
डिटेल
सर,
करने मतलब कि
बहुत कुछ है
ऑब्जेक्टिव
सर।
डिटेल्स है ना।
हम्म।
हम्म,
सर आप वो सेक्शन वाइज बता दोगे एक बार मार्क्स, तो मैं
मैं बता